My name is Rafael Cortez, and I'd like to welcome you to a live demonstration of the award-winning Payroll Relief system. I'm a senior practice development consultant here at AccountantsWorld, and I've been successfully assisting tax and accounting professionals transition to more effective cloud-based solutions for over 10 years now. The title of today's webinar is how to consistently earn $3 to $5 per paycheck using Payroll Relief. And today, I'm going to show you how firms using our system earn that much profit per check at a minimum. And when I'm talking about profit per check, what that's going to include everything. It's going to include what you charge for direct deposits, paper checks, W-2s, all other reports. In short, that profit is going to be for the full payroll process that you're offering. Now, for those of you asking, how did you come up with those profit numbers? I have to tell you, it was actually very easy. All we did, we surveyed our user base, which actually processes over 3.5 billion in payroll transactions per year. Also, we happen to use the lower tier numbers, but many of our firms reported generating profits per check that were actually well above the rates that we've been talking about, so we were very conservative when we came up with that figure. Now, what's great about Payroll Relief is if you're already doing payroll, I'm going to be able to show you today how we make processing payrolls much more efficient overall. You're going to be able to do more work in less time, and I know every salesperson happens to tell you that, but today I'm going to show you exactly how we do that specifically. Also, a byproduct of using Payroll Relief is we make part of your accounting work easier and faster for you to be able to do, and I'm going to get into that in definite detail a little bit later on. Now, looking at today's session, I do see that we have a lot of potential users that are just starting out with their payroll practices. I see that there are many of you. And if you're thinking about getting into this very lucrative service area, today's session is really going to show you how easy payroll is to run, how easy we're going to be able to make sure that your compliance, that you're in full compliance with all of the regulations, and also how fast you're going to be able to get paid by running them, which is always going to be very important. Now finally, the way Payroll Relief functions, it's going to actually drive visitors to your website by putting your firm in front of all the businesses and employees of those businesses that they service. So let's just get started showing you how to make more money, increase and enhance your client relationships, and reduce your time spent doing payroll by using Payroll Relief. Let's get into that in detail. We're going to start off with today's agenda. We'll start off with an overview of AccountantsWorld. We want you to see who you're going to be partnering with. We'll then get into an actual demonstration of Payroll Relief, not a PowerPoint like you're looking at now. We're going to do a deep dive into the actual system itself. We'll follow that up with a review of the pricing, and we have a special offer for today's attendees, so we'll get into that. If we have time, there's going to be a question and answer period towards the end. Now, who are we? Who is AccountantsWorld? Well, our mission is to develop unique cloud-based solutions that will strengthen your client relationships and enable you to offer higher value services. We've been a pioneer of award-winning web-based payroll, accounting, document management, and website software solutions for the last 15 years now, and AccountantsWorld has actually been in servicing accountants for over 30 years. So we're well established at the forefront of cloud-based solutions specifically for the tax and accounting industry. Without any further ado, let's get into the actual Payroll Relief solution. Where we're going to start is right here on our sample website. This is our sample ASPS payroll website that we developed using our own website relief solution. So for those of you out there that are looking into getting a web presence or potentially enhancing their existing web presence, that is yet another area where we're going to be able to assist you. But the reason that we're starting here, the reason that we're starting on this sample website, is whether you need a website, you're looking to get one, or whether you have one already, your website will become the central access point for everything involving your payroll service. So this is going to be where you, where your staff, if you choose to collaborate with clients, this is going to be where your clients log in. This can also be where the employees, they can log in themselves using the employee portal to view their pay stubs and their W-2s securely, right online, all through your site. And what does that do? That's obviously generating recurring traffic on your page. Why not make the most of your client relationships and add value to the website that you already have? Our solution is going to be able to enhance what you currently have. Now we're going to go ahead and log in with our unique user ID and password. That brings us into the back end of the system. So this is going to be where you can access any of the modules that you happen to have with us. You'll notice on the left, what's unique about AccountantsWorld is that all of our solutions are set up on one unified database, meaning one username and password for everything. All of our modules are on that one unified database and they all integrate seamlessly. So that's the common thread. It's all designed for professionals. It's all designed to integrate, be more efficient, save you time. So you have Accounting Power, which is our all-in-one write-up, trial balance, bookkeeping solution designed specifically for professionals to put you in control, put you in the driver's seat, eliminate errors. You have your after-the-fact payroll module, which is going to handle all your after-the-fact needs. It'll even e-file on the federal and state level as well. Our cloud cabinet is our secure document management system. This will keep you in full compliance with all the security and breach regulations, and, like I said earlier, it will integrate seamlessly with all of our platforms here. Practice Relief is our time and billing system. And of course, we're here to talk about Payroll Relief. So let's do just that. Let's get into it. This is the actual Payroll Relief system that you're going to be getting involved with. To the upper left-hand side, first thing that you'll notice is that company logo. Matches what you saw on the website, ASPS Payroll. We will privately brand everything to your business information. AW is completely behind the scenes. So you'll be able to upload your logo. You never have to worry about us marketing to your client base. We only deal with the tax and accounting community. So if you choose to have your clients logging in and collaborating in the system, they will never get those annoying pop-ups, advertising services, software. We want you to, once again, make the most of your client relationships. You don't have to worry about us attacking your client base. Now, our system is fully cloud-based, as I've already mentioned. With us, it does not matter what browser that you choose to use. This could be Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer. Even more important, an iPhone, an iPad, Android. As long as you have access to the web, you have full access to Payroll Relief, so you'll be able to process payroll anywhere. That additional mobility is a major benefit. So let's begin. This is the payroll snapshot area. This is your global client management screen where you can monitor your entire client base at a glance, see what's occurring. If you wanted to drill down to focus on one specific company, it's as easy as clicking on the client name. That immediately brings you into the dashboard for, in this case, ABC Corporation. Here, you're going to clearly see your payday reminders. You're going to know what forms are due. You'll know exactly what taxes are due. You're even going to have your employer warnings area. So if there's any issues with this upcoming payroll, that's clearly going to be listed right here. All you need to do, click on the link. It brings you right in the program to where you can address those issues. So it's all very streamlined, very little learning curve. You can basically access anything that you need to access right here off of this page. So now let's talk about more of a real situation so that you can truly compare apples to apples in terms of your process. Let's say we already have a client set up in the system. I'm going to show you how you process a payroll and Payroll Relief. We begin by going into the payroll entry screen. In this particular example, you'll notice that this is set up in an exception-based payroll design. All employees set up for standard hours and salary, they're going to show up on this pay screen pre-filled. You just need to deal with the changes, the exceptions. So if David Jones got sick this week, unfortunately, you're going to edit this screen just like an Excel spreadsheet, no different. So you just update the hours, tab right over, just like a spreadsheet. The reason that I'm really focusing on this is simply to point out anybody can do this. Anybody can do this, which brings me to my next point, our permission section. We strongly encourage you to take advantage of these functions because you're going to be able to choose how you want to collaborate with your clients. Get them involved. Here you can allow client access and then dictate the exact level of access that they're going to have. In most cases, we would encourage you to give the client the ability to update their own employee details as they hire someone new or let someone go. And certainly you want to give them access to the payroll entry screen so they would input the hours using that screen that I just showed you before. Now the reason why I'm suggesting that, they have to get you this information anyway. Right now they're calling it in, faxing it in, emailing it to you. Here the difference would be, why not send them directly to your site? They can key in the data right there. It's actually easier for everybody involved. And once again, of course, it is generating that recurring, consistent traffic on your site. That's what this is going to be able to do for you. Now, in a perfect scenario, in a perfect world, every single one of your clients would be doing it this way. There would be no reason for you to have to key in anything. But we all know that not every single one of your clients are going to be open to that. So at a minimum, we suggest you utilize our upload payroll function, where with one click, you can generate a customized Excel template that's specific to that client. They're going to be able to key in the hours right here using this spreadsheet. And as we've already stated, almost every business is comfortable with Excel these days, especially since Microsoft has released those free applications. Anybody can get Microsoft Excel for free on their smartphone. Once again, anybody can do this easily, where they update the hours on the spreadsheet, send it back to you. You're going to upload that file without having to rekey in any data. Whether they're logging in, keying it in themselves, or providing it to you in a format that you can upload, either one of these options is going to provide significant time savings. Now that being said, let's say all of your hours have been input into the system using whatever method you decided to go with. Your next step is going to be to just hit the calculate button. Where in a live situation, it's going to calculate the payroll for you and bring you to the review payroll area. You'll have a number of different checks and balances on the screen. So for example, you can review total cost of the payroll right here very easily. Or even review all employee details, or modify any employee check on the fly, all right from this screen. So you're not jumping all around the program, mind you. It's all in one section for speed. You also have tools such as the PreApproval Report available with one click. You'll see that this is a complete breakdown of the payroll that you're about to run, and at the bottom here, you have a comparison report, which, as you can see, this will compare current week to the previous week. You're going to see any discrepancies right here, and we'll be able to react as needed. In fact, with one click, and a lot of our larger users have adopted this function, with one click, you could email that pre-approval report directly to the client so that they can review, send you back a confirmation before you hit the approve button. Not that you have to do it that way, but it's very effective. It's a small step to take, and it certainly goes a long way to ensure accuracy for you. Now, your last step here is going to be to hit the approve button. Now, when you hit the approve button in Payroll Relief, this is perhaps the biggest difference between our process and your typical process, because when you hit that approve button, all of your electronic services, all of your e-services will occur for you automatically behind the scenes with no additional steps for you to take. So some of you, I'm sure, are probably, what is he talking about? Let's get specific. This is what I mean. When you hit approve, everything on the federal level, state level, filing of the forms, payment of the taxes, direct deposit, which is included at no additional cost, all of that occurs automatically behind the scenes according to the initial setup of that client. You're telling Payroll Relief what it needs to do. It is automating everything for you. So no more going to the state website, initiating all of this on your side. Payroll Relief is automating your process. Now your final step here would be to print out checks, but that's only if you have checks to print out. Obviously, with direct deposit being included at no additional cost, it's in your best interest to set up as many clients as you can on direct deposit. Doesn't cost you anything additional. Easier, no checks to print out. You can charge more for it. So that's a no-brainer. You want to encourage that. But at the same time, if you do need to print checks, the reason that I'm bringing you over into this preferences area is because we've even simplified that aspect as well. You'll see that we can accommodate any type of check stock that you currently use, whether it's pre-printed, whether it's blank check stock, whatever check position. We can even upload the digital signatures and the company logos onto the checks. So that's not only a time savings, but it's going to make it look very professional. So you have all of that at your disposal without a third party. Most other systems are going to require a third party to have functions like that. We've built it all into our package. So now what I've taken you through, that's processing payroll week to week in Payroll Relief. That's exactly what you're going to be getting involved with. And as easy as we've simplified, as simple as we've made your week to week, we've also significantly enhanced your year-end work as well. So we're going to go over to the batch processing area. But before we do that, I just have one poll question for you. And what I'd like you all to think about, especially since January is right around the corner, I'm confident everybody on this call is going to have to be dealing with this. I'd like you to think about what your W-2 process looks like come January. How long does that process take? What does that really look like? You going client by client, printing out those W-2s, stuffing envelopes, mailing them out, I'm sure. Every once in a while you have those employees that say they never got it. Send it to me again. These are all common issues, I'm sure. I'd just like you to factor in all of that. How much time does this process usually take you? And we'll just give you a couple of more seconds here. Okay, thank you for that. We're going to go ahead and close the session now. And I see the results coming in. Okay, wow. All right, look at that. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, that's what we expected. It seems like over 40% are in the 30 to 50 hours area, which is what we foresaw. The bottom line is that far too many of you are spending way too much unnecessary time handling your W-2s come January. Let me show you exactly what that process is going to look like with Payroll Relief. So here's our batch processing area. This is going to be where you'll see all of your clients globally. Right here on the screen, you'll know the exact W-2 count. Let's say hypothetically you're ready to go. You want to process, you want to e-file the W-2s for every single one of your clients, one shot. This is how it's done. Select all. You're going to now hit that e-file button. That's it. That's exactly what e-filing W-2s with Payroll Relief will look like for you. 2 clicks. That's it. That's all that's going to be involved. 2 clicks. Now, we also have, if you look at the total amount selected, it says 79 there. Okay? If you wanted to print out globally, you know how many forms you need to put into the printer. You're putting that in. You're hitting print. That is a global printout. You're hitting that button. You're moving on. You're moving on to the next thing. It's simple as that. That's once again what your process is going to look like. Now, if you read the fine print towards the bottom, you're going to see total is for print option and excludes employees that have consented to electronic delivery. That's critical with 2016 coming up. This is something that you really want to take advantage of with our system because of how easy we've made it for you to be able to do. So in the initial setup of that employee, 1 click, you could send a link directly to that employee so that they consent to electronic delivery. And if they do, you'll remember what I said earlier. You get employee portals with this, where the employees can log in through your site and view their pay stubs and what else? Their W-2s right online, all right through your site. If they consent to that electronic delivery, you don't have to print out those W-2s. It automatically goes to that employee portal. There's nothing else for you to do. You're not stuffing envelopes. You don't have to worry about anybody losing documents. This is a night and day difference right here. Even if you only get a fraction of those employees that you process for to agree to this, it's still significant. Being that this doesn't cost you anything and it's so easy to set up with our system, why not take advantage of it? But bottom line is, we've simplified all of this for you, okay? Now, when it comes to a report structure, it's also very robust. We really give you everything that you're going to require. You can easily break out any of our reports into PDF, Excel, Word format. If you go into our management report area, you're going to see that we have all the critical reports that you're going to need. Essential reports like the TIPS credit report, like the full-time equivalence report, which is critical for ACA, the 1095-C, the 1094. We will have everything that you require. Our system even allows you to build your own report sets. Another time saver. You're going to pick and choose the exact report structures that you want to send out, save them, so you're able to push them out with 1 click, rather than having to send these reports out individually. So those are the type of features that you're going to have with our system to make them simply put more efficient. And then in terms of conversion, you don't need me to tell you that this is obviously the best time of year for you to be able to make this type of transition. You're talking about January 1 being right around the corner, no prior payrolls to input, easiest time to make the transition. So we're already in mid-November. You want to take advantage of the tools that we have in place. We have a prior payroll import tool. Makes it very easy for you to bring over the quarter totals if you want to get started right away. We have an employee import template, allow you to bring over all the employee details. We even provide all the support, no additional cost. Live weekly implementation sessions with specialists. They're going to take you through the entire conversion process, start to finish. All of that additional support and everything is included with our package to make sure the transition is as smooth as possible. And that's Payroll Relief. That's really what you're going to be getting involved with, okay? Now, one more thing before we leave here. In terms of integration, we've also made it very easy for you to be able to get the information out. So we can export directly into QuickBooks Online, and we can certainly export into Excel if you need to get the payroll details out into any other system. We will break out all of those details. So once again, getting information out, we've even simplified that process. Rather than having to key the data in manually, correcting those type of mistakes, why not let it flow right over? That's payroll relief. That's exactly what you're going to be getting involved with. So just for review, let's review what we've spoken about today. What the key benefits of payroll relief, what are those? And without a doubt, biggest takeaway, it's the full automation. That's got to be your biggest difference. The fact that we're automating everything on the federal, state level, batch processing of W-2s, I mean, that time savings is going to be significant. The ability to collaborate with your clients, not only is it an administrative time savings for you, but it's going to encourage that recurring traffic on your site as well. The ability to integrate so easily with other accounting systems. You saw the functions that we have built in. I also noticed that we have several users of Accounting Power on the call today. It's our own accounting system. You already know that there's no need for integration there. All of our systems integrate seamlessly, so that's irrelevant. Very comprehensive reporting structure, global client management, increased web traffic, support and training, all included. I mean, these are all just some of the reasons why we've been rated so highly. If you take a look at the screen, you're going to see that the CPA Practice Advisor has actually given us their highest rating, their 5-star rating for the last 4 years running. We actually just got the 5-star rating just the other week, again for 2015, something we're very proud of. We process over 3.5 billion in transactions per year, and AccountantsWorld is one of only a handful of companies that have actually passed the IRS assurance testing system. One of only 35 companies, so feel free to go to irs.gov to see that. Once again, something that we're very proud of. If you take a look at this screen here, you're going to see these are just some of the firms that are actively utilizing our solutions. You're talking about some of your top 100 firms here. So all we're trying to show you is that our systems are obviously sophisticated enough that any of these firms can utilize it and are utilizing it, but at the same time, we're going to be reviewing pricing in just another second. Our price point is not prohibitive. If you're just starting out, that's no problem. We're very cost effective. So let's get into that. Let's talk about pricing. We have, for those of you starting out, we have a pay per payroll option, a pay-as-you-go option. That is $195 as your upfront cost, and then you would just pay as you go along. Depending on your frequency, you're going to want to contact a rep so they can go over those details. If you're dealing with any type of real volume, you're probably going to be on our pay per paycheck scale. That's our standard pricing. That's going to be dependent on volume. Higher the volume, the better the price point. That's going to range between 40 cents and $1.25 per check, all inclusive. Whether it's a paper check, whether it's direct deposit, all inclusive. So no additional fees for W-2s, 1099, support. That paper check pricing is, once again, all inclusive. Now, for the attendees of today's session, we have something special for you. And we have a growth promotion offering, unlimited processing for the first year. It's a flat fee, $14.95, completely unlimited processing for as many clients, as many employees as you want to add on. Once again, no additional costs. But the purpose of this, as I just said, it's a growth promo. We want to encourage you. We want to help you take advantage of the time of year and add as many clients as you can in year number one, so that, simply put, you're qualifying for the best pricing in year number two. Really simple as that. Now, we have one more poll question for you. We're going to pull that up right now. And then we'll follow it up with a question and answer period. But the next question that we have for you is pretty simple. It's how would you like to proceed? So for those of you on today's session that have seen enough, you're looking to get started with payroll, there's a 10% discount available for attendees of today's session. So you'll be able to take 10% off of the $14.95 along with a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. Now, some of you on the call may have more questions, understandable, maybe state-specific questions, no problem. Maybe you need to see a one-on-one where we can get into a little bit more detail, let us know. Please indicate that you like a one-on-one session, and in the question area, you can even suggest a time that would be good for us to call you. So if you like a one-on-one session in the questions area, indicate a time that you'd like for us to call you, and we will certainly do so. Let's just give you a little bit more time here. Okay, we're going to close out the session. Actually, we're going to keep this going, but I see that there are several questions that are going to be coming in. So let's try to get to those while we still have just a little bit of time here. So ACH billing. Okay, yeah, we didn't cover that on the session, but it's a great question. We do provide an ACH billing function built into the system that will allow you to deduct payment at whatever frequency you want, right from your client's bank account. That is an optional function, and it will cost $1 every time you get paid, $1 for every bank transaction if you're getting paid through that optional method, but that is available. Yeah, you could even flat fee bill with that. You could do a flat fee monthly billing. It doesn't have to just be payroll fees, but that is built part of our package, just so you're aware. Direct deposit turnaround time, another great question. We have several options. Our standard turnaround time for direct deposit is 3 days. So if you had direct deposit due on Friday, to be paid on Friday, it's got to be in our system on Tuesday by 9:30 for our standard 3-day turnaround time. We also have a 2-day window and even up to a 1-day window available, but you would want to speak to your representative to get more details on that. I see here a question, what's the difference between us and QuickBooks? Okay, other than what you've seen, the simple fact is our solution is developed for professionals. It's going to be automated compliance, batch processing of W-2s. These are simply features that Intuit is not going to have because it was developed for the end user, not professionals. So I'd say that's probably the biggest difference. Price is also a big factor too. Okay, I do see some other questions coming in, but we've ran out of time here. We'll make sure to have somebody reach out to you to get your questions addressed. But I'd like to thank everyone for your attendance today. We're going to have more sessions coming up later on in the month. We hope to see you there. Please contact us if you have any other questions. You see the number, 888-999-1366. Thank you very much. Have a great day.